Well, hello there and welcome to another edition of the Big Q. Hospitality industry has always been at the top of the agenda when it comes to tourism. But then how well are we doing it? Who is doing well and what lessons can we share and learn? Well, that's why today I'm joined by the General Manager for the Radisson Blu Hotel and Convention Center, Mr. Dennis Dinu. And of course, he will be telling us why at the very helm of the hospitality industry, his hotel is doing well and him also winning personal awards when it comes to hospitality. Thank you for making time to be with us and welcome.
Thank you, Fiona, for having me.
Take us through briefly your background, because I know that you've won just recently Best General Manager in East Africa.
Well, I will start by when I was 15 with my basketball team. We have won a major regional tournament, and we were awarded in one of the posh hotels in the area. So this is how I started to discover hospitality, by being first a guest and having all these stars in this, in my house, being hosted in this posh hotel. So I decided this is what I wanted to do, and this is at this time that I really felt in love about this career. So it comes with passion, commitment, dedication, and this is what is driving me mostly, to make sure that we are delivering the best in service and quality to our guests, but as well, not only to the guests, but to the employees, because they are the one facing, on the first level, the customers. So it is important that they feel at ease, that they have the tool to work and the confidence to perform their craft.
So in school, did you do hospitality as well?
Yes, I started through junior diploma until reaching to hospitality management school, where I earned a degree.
Yes.
And then following to that, I had the privilege to work in the Caribbean, in Europe, in North America, in Asia, in the Pacific, and as well in the Middle East and Africa. And for a lot of international brands, like Sofitel Intercontinental, the Luxury Collection, Conrad, Hilton, Sheraton, and so on. So I will say that I have learned both way of doing this business. We are still learning every day, but I feel that I had a good expertise behind me to carry on my craft.
And I can imagine you winning the GM for the whole of East Africa. I mean, being the best general manager in the whole of East Africa. What does this mean for you?
Well, I mean, for me again, it's all come back.
Is it too much pressure to deliver?
To the employees, our labor force. Without them, you cannot achieve anything. And it's to be a model every day in the trade, just to ensure that they feel the passion and the commitment that I have for this trade, but as well ensuring that every single person in their area are doing the contribution that is the larger picture that are expecting from us.
Absolutely. Now, Radisson Blu Hotel has at least 97% of them are Rwandans. Is this a policy or is it by design? Because I know that most international hotels come, but they bring in their own stuff, like you said, from Europe. But now you have 97% being Rwandans. Is it a policy or will it change in the future?
I think it is policy and design. If you trade in a community, it is only fair that you try to recruit as many as skill, talent from the pool that you find locally. And it is our duty as well to ensure that education, development, and career development are proposed to the team that we are working with. I might say proudly, since we have opened, we have a little bit of over 24 of employees working on the continent, in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Europe. So this is something that is showing that we are on the right track and that development is at heart of our business. And we will keep continuing, pushing, training, and so on.
Absolutely. Talking of training, I know that among your staff has been rated to be among the best in the country. But then at the same time, in the country, in Rwanda, we are complaining that customer care, that we get the last or the worst services at some particular points, some hotels. What do you do to ensure that, the service is at the key, or rather it's at the best through Radisson?
Well, again, it is the online program that we have in the house, the on-job training, but not only quarterly with Radisson, we have the Radisson Business School. This is the Radisson Academy, which is happening in the destination, and where we are sending the most talented employee, the one that we feel are probably the manager of tomorrow. So we are sending them to this program, and we are ensuring that as well, that whenever it is as now in January, it is a very slow period, that all departments are doing their training, technical training, to ensure that people are refreshed, and the ones who are coming new in the team are making to the level that is expected. As well, we do have internship. Last year we have over 70 interns in the property. This year we are forecasting for double of this number. So basically, we know that we have a duty to impact the community in that sense, and we are trying to do as much as we can with that particular area.
But in your vast experience and in your vast knowledge, how do we improve customer care in the country? Because it's, year in, year out, it is always an issue. But then in your vast experience, what do you think, or even those who are watching,
Yes.
what can they learn from you?
Well, I mean, again, it's all coming to the top. If the top is committed, top management, they are committed to develop customer service, it will happen. It's just a matter of having the will to ensure that below, everybody is benefiting from programs which are, again, make benefit for the company. So I truly believe that inside the hotel, it's something that is very unique and that we need to keep developing. But not only, we have seen in the past 2 years, institutions like Vatel coming on the ground. So that's really something important. And I trust that there will be more institutions that will come on board, because when we look at the future is looking bright. The business will probably double, and we need to be prepared to ensure that we have the capacity to balance this level of business that will come in.
Another issue that it comes when speaking of hotels comes to the mode of payment. Lots of hoteliers or lots of employees say we work so hard, we don't rest, we are being pushed too much, we're not paid enough. Do you think this is also an issue to us not getting the customer care to grow in the industry?
But I think as much as the company is profitable, for example, it is only just that this is as well cascade to the employee. I might say we have a workforce of more than 430 employees at the present time. And people who have been with us since 2016, I can say 70% of them have been increased so far. When we started in the business in 2016, we have what we call, which is distributed to the staff, the service charge. It has, I will say, increased by 210%. So I think there is as well a part of this financial income shining on the employees too. It's never enough, you will tell me. People will tell, it's never enough.
That's true.
But this goes in balance with the return that you are making on the business.
Rwanda plans to become the MICE hub, the ICT hub in the country. I know that most of the hotels have also embraced ICT and technology. What would you say is the most easiest way to tap into technology in the hospitality industry, and for security reasons, and the fact that we are not pulling out anyone who probably doesn't know to use technology at the same time?
Well, on our level, I will say for 2020, we are planning to have checking paperless, for example. that guests register on tablet and they receive their key card on their phone. So that's something that we are looking at, and probably will happen in the second semester of 2020. We are looking as well at providing tablet for guests ordering their food or beverage. That's something that we are looking at. So it's part of our normal, I will say, development with the era that we are living in.
Absolutely.
So for me, that's very important that guests who are tech savvy feel that we are doing as well for them.
Something for them that's making their life easier. Now, what are some of the planned projects that would say KCC or Radisson Blu has in terms of you tapping, or rather helping to build the MICE industry in the country?
No, I mean the sector so far is in his infancy. So for me, it is again developing talent. It is again training, quality, and so on. But not only, it's a part of technology that we need to bring in, which has to be done locally. Because when we are in a very exclusive event, we realize that most of the audiovisual are coming from outside.
Yes.
So this is something that we are talking with supplier to ensure that, they are investing into this particular area and that the money stay in Rwanda. If we look at food and beverage, for example, 60% of our food and beverage when we started were imported.
Yes.
Now only 10%, because this is the Italian restaurant that, Italian product, you cannot have it locally.
You cannot in Rwanda, yeah.
So this supplier, they have grown tremendously the capacity, So, and this is what we are looking at as well, that those who are into audiovisual production make sure that they are investing adequately to ensure that there is a larger impact on the economy.
How then do you plan to say, how then do we bring in made in Rwanda products? Because when we walk into Radisson Blu, we would want to see some of the Rwandan cultural stuff.
Yes.
Do you intend to have more of made in Rwanda and supporting
we do on a larger event.
Yeah.
We are working with a particular organism who are bringing the made in Rwanda inside the complex, and they are in direct interaction with the attendees. So this is happening, but again, it can be on a broader scale, wherever we can assist to ensure that this is having an impact which is larger. We can help as well on that.
Absolutely. Now, the Hotel and Convention Center is the recipient to 18 international awards, including World Travel Awards 2019, leading conference hotel. What are these awards?
For 2019.
For 2019, yes. So what are some of these other awards? Because I see you've won at least 18. And how easy was it for you to get it?
I think it's all about, again, customer service, to always push forward quality, and having the staff and the manager to do the right things, okay? This puts you in list with some of the top property, on the continent and internationally. So, and this is your guest judging you. So if you have achieved, the level required to be awarded, you will be in the pool of those who are being recognized. For us, it's another marketing tool, to bring the nice narrative of Rwanda, which is secure, safe, and good governance, etc., where we can say, we have the know-how, in terms of hospitality, but not only on the MICE business as well. And this is what potential clients want to hear.
Absolutely.
That, Rwanda is open for business, and there is the know-how locally to ensure that their events are successfully managed.
So we take a short break, but when we come back, of course, he will tell us some of the CSR projects that the hotel runs, and of course, how well they are giving back to the country in as much as the country is also giving to them. So do keep it the BQ. Welcome back. Of course, we're still talking about hotel industry, and I'm talking to the general manager for the Radisson Blu and Convention Center, Mr. Dennis Denu. And of course, before we went for a break, he was telling us some of the international awards that the hotel has won. Competition in the industry, is it a thing that moves you, or you believe you're in your own league already?
International competition, yes.
Local competition, no?
I trust that here we have the mandate to help the other hotel to sustain themselves. So for me, I don't look at them as competition. It is partners. They are partners to us. But yes, I do look at competition on the international market. If we look at the continent as Africa, I will say that our colleague in South Africa, they are, for example, very worried about us.
Oh, really?
To see the progression in 3 years' time, they are saying this is incredible, you know, and definitely that they see us coming in the landscape as one of the first contender. Yeah.
But as the best GM, say, in East Africa, who would you say is your biggest competition? You look at and say, we really...
That will be South Africa, definitely,
Yeah.
because this is so far, if we look at International Convention Center Association data, South Africa remain, for the time on the continent, the country was run last year, the biggest number of events.
Events, yes.
Yeah, so we come as second, but we still have a few steps to do to ensure that we are taking the first position, and we are committed to make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the Radisson Blu Hotel corporate social responsibility? How well do you give back to the community?
Well, this is something that we have at heart, operating in a destination and making sure that we are part of this destination, and being part of the destination is having some activities. We have several scholarships with SOS Children Village,
Yes.
Upshine. For example, for our guest repeaters, or the one who has the highest loyalty membership in Radisson, we do give them some gifts, which are coming from, for example, the Nyamirambo Women's Center. So this is the thing that we are doing. At the same time, we are managing energy efficiency in the same way that you will expect a complex of such magnitude. We are, through a process of heat pump, canalizing, you know, the energy and the calories, and sending back this to the AC system and the hot water. So that is a triple process which helps us save energy. We are collecting as well rainwater,
Yes.
that we are harvesting our garden, but not only, we are flushing the guest toilet with that. And more importantly, we are the only international hotel company who has a program of offsetting the carbon emission. Meaning by this that when you have a meeting, there is a calculation of the number of attendees,
Yes.
the superficie that they have used, that equal to a number, which has a certain level of US dollar amount that we are paying into water stewardship program.
Yes.
So that's help us, you know, to give as well back to the community and to the world.
Absolutely. But I also know that you have a program where children and their families from all walks of life can come, go through Convention Center, and you show them a hotel?
Yeah, there is particular days where people can come and visit, but as well during a particular period like Easter, Christmas as well, there is a certain number of people that who are, as a challenge, are not the most favored people in the community that we're inviting for a lunch or a dinner with us as well.
Absolutely. So we're in 2020 now. What would you say are some of the projects or the plans that the hotel has for this year?
Now, continuing positioning the complex as one of the most serious contender on the international scene to attract to attract better and bigger event into Kigali. So as I was saying before, we have the mandate to sustain the other hospitality entity in the city. And with the Rwanda Convention Bureau and the other stakeholders of the destination, this is what we are doing through the various international trade shows that we are attending. But as well with our global sales office with Radisson, we are trying to attract as well our most prominent client and to have meeting in Kigali. We have the last 3 years managed to do that very well to ensure that our network is benefiting as well to the business in Kigali.
Visit Rwanda is a thing that we are all pushing to see that the tourism industry grows. Besides the hotel being there to to give accommodation and everything else, how else do you think, or anyone listening to us, how else can they tap into the tourism industry? Say maybe offer tours, or how well does the hotel industry and tourism as well merge besides accommodation and everything else?
I think this is totally complementary of each other. I think the platform that they have created through their marketing effort with Meet in Rwanda as well. So are two elements which help us to carry forward outside, this narrative and this nice story about Rwanda. And I will say that, again, this is all on international market, whether this is for MICE business, business meeting, or leisure. You need to go outside there to ensure that you are talking to the right audience and bring this audience potentially back to the destination.
Yeah.
So the combination of both and, as I was saying, the narrative, the nice story that there is about Rwanda, security, political stability, visa for all citizens of the world, and so on. These are the elements that help us and make our work a little bit more easy and attract the audience, the attention of the audience wherever we go. And I think if we look at 2016 and now, how the audience has evolved, listening about the achievement of Rwanda, it is really encouraging, really encouraging. The first trade show that I went, I was really, I will say, negatively surprised.
Really?
And now, when you talk about Rwanda, you see that there is a nice change which has happened over the course of this period.
So it is important to tell the story of Rwanda in a positive way.
That's one of the first mission, to continue the narrative and add to it wherever possible and bring it outside.
Before I let you go, I'm sure the viewers or someone is watching and saying, I really want to learn from this guy. I really want to be the next top GM in the country. What are some of the tips you'd give whoever is watching on how they can be a good manager, but also at the same time, work well with their employees? Yeah,
I think the first thing, as I was mentioning before, is about passion, commitment, and dedication. Being a model, being humble, because being humble is one of the most important things. Know how to say thank you, because, as the manager, you are not doing everything. So wherever you see that part of your team has achieved, it's necessary to say, guys, you did well, And again, it is through development, training, if someone has a dream, you should get the horn of the bull and never let go. And that's very important.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Dennis, for making time to be with us.
No, thank you for having me, Fiona.
Of course, I've been talking to Mr. Dennis Denuov. He is the General Manager for the Radisson Blu and Convention Center, and he says to improve the industry, or for anyone out there wanting to be a top manager, remember to be humble, train your people, but most importantly, remember to say thank you to them, because it's not just a one-man's job, right?
Absolutely.
This is The Big Q. My name is Fiona Mbabazi. Keep enjoying our TV.